All right, proud of our guys. The first half, obviously we didn't play really well. They had the touchdown drive at the end, but the previous scoring drive had penalties to keep it alive on defense, and offensively just didn't finish some drives after the first drive. But was really pleased because obviously it was kind of some dead energy at half in there after coming off the loss and then being down in the first half. So that was really good to see. It's a lot of adversity to kind of fight through there and to come out immediately, 3 and out on defense, score a touchdown, I think a 3 and out again, score a touchdown again. It was a great response. So really proud of the second half, whatever that would have been 16-0, I think. And thought our defense in the second half played as advertised. That would have thought, very defensive line dominant in the second half and continuing to stop them and all the sacks. I think 6 in the second half was great to see. It's good to have Princely back. Obviously we missed him the game before, rushing the quarterback, and so it's good to have him back. And offensively, I thought Jackson played a really efficient game. I know it's not as, big statistic as some previous games, but, when you play without Trey Harris, that's been an issue for us. And was really pleased at how the tight ends played and stepped up. And Caden Lee played hurt, as you could probably even see in there, and Juice made a play, and Jordan Watkins, so that was good. We had some different lineups up front. Micah actually, right before the game, said he couldn't play, so that was Juice moved outside to right tackle, and I thought we struggled in the run game against a really good run defense that most people struggle against, but I did think they pass protected well, and so good win.
How's Luber doing, if you know, and what was that kind of situation like in the moment?
Yeah, that was scary. I didn't see right when it happened with Dr. Luber, and he's been awesome around here. He's been awesome to my family, and so great man. And so that was a really scary moment, when he wasn't moving, and so he did. I told Jared, we got everybody together and pray. I said it was a pretty powerful prayer because he was praying, and right when he got done, he stood up. So it was pretty neat that he was back, and just saw him after, and didn't remember the second half or what happened, but a lot better than what we were initially worried about.
Lane, you made mention of the third quarter. Offensively, of course, it was a good quarter, but defensively, you held Oklahoma to only 23 total yards in the third quarter. What specifically do you think the team did in that third quarter, and what halftime adjustments did you make?
Well, I think, adjustments a lot of times are overrated when coaches win, and they'll be like, oh, we did all this stuff. Really, I just thought at halftime, we had a first half of a coordinator that's never called that we were playing against, and they went back to the other quarterback, and so they ran some different quarterback runs, and, that's an adjustment period, and I think Pete's really good, and at half I thought, hey, they kind of shot their shot with a bunch of different plays in the first half offensively, and now they're going to have to settle down and run normal plays against us, and I thought that was to our advantage. Once that happened, we got a better feel of their coordinator calling plays. So that's how we expected to play, but we're concerned early. Everybody's like, oh, well, your defense and the matchup in the game. I said, well, they're putting back the quarterback that, in my opinion, is a lot more efficient and doesn't put him in as many poor situations, and I think he's really good. And a new play caller is challenging when you have no idea what their rhythm is or what they're going to do. So just thought it was a really good adjustment by Pete.
Any status on Walter Nolan?
Yeah, Walter did not return. Didn't play the second half. Like I said, Micah didn't play, Walter didn't play, Trey didn't play. So that's all I got for you.
Only nine sacks today for the defense. Just what were you guys able to do to get that kind of pressure?
Well, I think we have really good D linemen, as we've said all along. Kind of why I struggled that Princely wasn't there in that last game, knowing that LSU was going to be such a pass-heavy game with those tackles, but it is what it is. And so it was great to have him back, like I said, today. And then, it was good to have a lead, and make it 2. We've been in that position with both our losses with the ball ahead 1 score and not pushing it to 2 scores. Because when you push it to 2, now they got to throw more, and now our pass rush can come alive. And that's really what I was hoping was happening when we had the ball in the last game, up 4. So I think that helped getting to 2 scores, and they were able to pass rush more.
You're talking about Micah Pettis not being able to go today. Just that right side of the offensive line with Jerquan at guard and Bielo at the tackle. Just how would you evaluate? I know it's kind of early, but look how that side of the line played today.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go back and look at the film, so I'm not really sure to give you exact detail how they played. We thought Micah was playing and, decided not to play right before the game, so we made an adjustment.
Lane, it's been kind of thematic lately with the rushing attack outside of JJ in short yardage situations, not being able to move the ball forward on 3rd or 4th and short. Is that kind of what you envisioned going into the season, or what's happened there?
Well, they got a good coach too, on defense, Venables, and so he does a great job and always has, and had a plan. They were going to overload, and so I would try to reverse. They did a great job on that. Their overload stopped JJ playing, then we ran a play action to him, and pre-screen was wide open, and just couldn't get it off with the pressure from the other side. So they do a great job, and that's what they do. They stack to do that. That's why you saw some passes, including an early pass to the second series, that we dropped that was open because, they really scheme up to stop your run in short yardage.
Take questions up top. Lane, you talked about, making those adjustments at the half and Pete and getting adjusted to a new OC, but what was the mood, in the locker room at the half like?
Not real good, but that's why, you coach and they play. I think they were really concerned. That's not a good feeling, and going to a game that everybody here thinks we're just supposed to win because the spread's a certain way, and all of a sudden, we're just a team that's supposed to blow an SEC team out, so I think that weighs in what's around them, and so I think they were concerned and just had to talk them through some things and remind them of things and show them plays where we were missing them and get back to making those plays in those situations.
And you mentioned Walter not returning to the game. Obviously, I know it's really early. Is it something that you guys are overly concerned about when it comes to his health?
Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't able to go back in. I actually thought he was going back in, and then he decided he couldn't go back in. So.
Lane, I know becoming bowl eligible isn't the goal of the season, but that's now ticked off. Just how good is it feel to have that ticked off and the rest of the season still in front of you guys?
Yeah, I didn't really know we were, so we don't really think that way. I guess we are. But I like that. You're actually the only person in this town or fan that actually would probably say that, because everybody else, we don't win a national championship. I mean, what a bad year. So appreciate that.
We'll take questions out low again.
What'd you think of the tight ends today?
I thought they did a good job. We told them before, once Trey wasn't going, that, hey, this needed to be a big tight end game, and gave him first play of the game and a lot of different opportunities. I think first play of the second half too. That was good to see, and worked the middle of the field with them. Actually started personnel-wise with them. Normally we always play 3 receivers. We started with 2 tight ends. Gets a little challenge, because there's not a lot of depth there. So as you see, when both get hurt, or one gets hurt at the end of the first half, that gets a little challenging.
All right, that's it. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, thanks.
See you next